Hello, Ashley here, back with episode 81 of the Maverick Mompreneur podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. Yes, we're going to do it. I've been biting my tongue, doing my research, experimenting with things, watching a bunch of TED Talks, reading a bunch of articles, and I'm just going to give you some food for thought and where I currently have landed with the whole concept of artificial intelligence, knowing that there are very divided opinions, and mine lands somewhere in the middle in the gray. I know you're shocked that I landed in the gray, as I typically do, but I hope that this is helpful and interesting to you if you have been watching the rise / takeover in some people's opinions of artificial intelligence with softwares like ChatGPT, which is a Microsoft leader in this area, or Google's Bard AI, or Jasper, or any of the other AI. Before we dive right into the episode, I did want to mention that this Thursday, May 18th, is the kickoff for the Activated 30-Day Challenge, which I am so excited to lead and mentor through. This is a challenge to form habits that will also activate your brain on a daily basis to help keep you at your most creative, your most productive, your most motivated, because your brain is activated and you've gotten in your dopamine for the day. So there's 3 main habits that you're going to be tracking and held accountable for at the end of the 30 days. If you do not feel like a different person and business owner, I will be darned. And yes, they are very simple habits, but these are the foundation. Being able to create the type of content and have the type of energy to show up in your brand and business that you absolutely need to stand out, and that you absolutely need to be able to maintain your movement and momentum through the inevitable ups and downs of life and business. We can't just take a week or 2 off and expect to keep the ball rolling, to keep momentum going. And so I hope that building in these habits will be massively helpful to you as you grow your business and as you grow as a person in your life. There's no point in utilizing something like artificial intelligence if you're not at a baseline of feeling motivated to continue forward and being able to do that despite life and business circumstances being up and down, because that's just the nature of the beast. Okay, so if you would like to sign up, it's $77 for the challenge. It's May 18th through June 30th. You can jump in late halfway through if you want and do the second half of the challenge solo. You'll still have the tracker. You'll still have all of the motivational, inspirational, aspirational content that'll be dropping throughout the challenge to help keep you going, to motivate you to stick to your goals. It's going to be awesome. So you can go to elevatedwithashley.com/activate. There is also a link to the challenge to enroll in the show notes. Today, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence and some of the concerns that have been expressed by the general public about artificial intelligence. I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I have been using artificial intelligence. Yes, I have been doing that since December, when we all got access to ChatGPT and such products, if you will, for lack of a better, more technical term, and my perspective on this. I understand that there are very mixed opinions. In fact, I put up a simple question, frankly, knowing that it would increase my reach, just about artificial intelligence, polling my audience, how's everyone feeling about it? And it was incredibly mixed. Everything from people wanting to start a bonfire with all of it, it's going to be all bad. People feeling nervous about political figures being replicated. I don't like it. Do we have a choice? I love it. Not good. Love it. That's what one of my connections' husbands does. Nothing to be scared of. Scary. Love it. Amazing for business. A lot of people could use it for good, but unfortunately people will abuse it. So really a mixed bag. And mostly when I first started hearing about it, I was curious, maybe a little skeptical, but mostly curious, because this is something that is so revolutionary that you can't help but look at it. And especially as a business owner, when you think of the potential for 10, 20, 30, 40xing your productivity and how much you can automate that's not already been automated within your business, it's actually pretty mind-blowing. So before I get into anything else, I just wanted to give you a point of reference of what is artificial intelligence. There's like big gobbledygook type of definitions, but essentially it is something that can see, hear, read, etc., and make decisions and recommendations for you. And it's really as simple as that. But also, I can see how that would be problematic. But if you think about it, when you sit down to watch Netflix and you're scrolling through, what happens? You get suggestions for you might like to watch or similar recommendations. Because you watched A, here we're recommending all of these movies or shows. That's artificial intelligence. When you go to unlock your phone and it does facial recognition if you have it turned on, it's artificial intelligence. If you use Siri, if you use Alexa, if you're talking to Google like I do, that's all artificial intelligence. So a lot of this is not new. It's been in development for decades, I assume. But now we're getting to the point where AI technology is available to the masses and to people who are completely not techie. I've heard some people say that it's intimidating because they're not technical and it's just another thing to add to it. It's literally the most non-techie thing I've ever seen. It makes all the technical components to what I teach and do so much more simple and requires no additional technological skills other than understanding how to optimally prompt the AI. So that's a learning curve. I wanted to know what were the top 5 concerns that the public has with artificial intelligence. So what did I do? I actually just asked my chat GPT to let me know. So I'm going to share with you the top 5 concerns that the public has with AI. And this definitely is in alignment with the articles that I've seen online, obviously, as well as the reports from my audience. A lot of these things, there is crossover. So the first concern is job displacement. Many people worry that AI and automation will lead to significant job losses across various industries. They fear that tasks currently performed by humans could be automated, potentially resulting in unemployment or underemployment for a large number of workers. The second concern, privacy and data security. With the increasing use of AI systems that rely on large amounts of data, there are concerns about the privacy and security of personal information. People worry about the potential misuse or unauthorized access to their data, leading to breaches of privacy and potential harm. Number 3, bias and discrimination. AI algorithms are developed based on existing data, and if the data used for training is biased, it can lead to biased outcomes. There are concerns that AI systems may perpetuate existing biases and discrimination, leading to unfair treatment in areas such as hiring, lending, and criminal justice. 4, lack of transparency and accountability. AI systems can be highly complex, making it difficult to understand how they arrive at their decisions. The lack of transparency in AI algorithms and the inability to explain their reasoning can be worrisome. People want to ensure that AI systems are accountable for their actions and that there are mechanisms in place to address any potential errors or biases. Ethical implications. The ethical implications of AI are a major concern. There are worries about the potential misuse of AI technology, such as the development of autonomous weapons or the invasion of privacy through surveillance systems. Additionally, there are debates surrounding the responsibility and liability when AI systems cause harm or make biased decisions. It's worth noting that public concerns regarding AI may evolve over time as the technology progresses and new challenges arise. Well, thank you, ChatGPT. That was very informative. And as you can see, there are lots of concerns, and those are legitimate concerns. But you can also see the amount of time that saves in synthesizing a ton of information and giving me and therefore you a snapshot as to the concerns and helps to make this a more powerful piece of content. That saves hours upon hours and provides for a more rich context for this podcast. So I'm definitely a mixed bag, and especially when it comes to business. I can see all of the concerns that were just listed, but I can also see that this technology isn't going anywhere. And typically, it is the early adopters of utilizing a technology that keep up and don't get left behind. And so for me, I'm choosing to not fear the technology because it's here. And I don't want to get left behind. I want to be able to utilize it to enhance and expand what it is that I'm doing and to help me to work smarter and not harder and to help my clients to do the same. I have found it to be incredibly useful in expanding my capacity for work. For example, with Jasper, I've been using this AI system called Jasper and training it to understand my voice, training it even more importantly to learn my clients' voices so that when I am crafting a blog post in a hybrid mentorship, so I do a lot of hybrid mentorship where I'm doing coaching, I'm helping them through mindset roadblocks, coming up with business plans, strategies, but then I'm also doing work on the back end, as are they, to really escalate their results more quickly. And I'm able to do that so much more quickly and more effectively by utilizing something like Jasper that can understand and analyze from pieces of content and websites my clients' voices so that I can basically write blog posts that are SEO rich and going to get them discovered long term faster and in their voice. It's incredible. And so I'm finding ways to enhance what it is that I'm already doing and expand my ability over time to take on more clients, to do more work, to do more of what I'm doing, but to have it more and more automated. And to me, I don't see the harm in that. I could get very nervous because it could replace the need for my knowledge and expertise in search engine optimization. But I also look at it as this is a time as a personal brand to really hone in on what is it that you specifically do and who you specifically are that really can't be replicated. Sure, someone can use a tool like Keywords Everywhere combined with ChatGPT and come up with an entire SEO strategy for their website without my help. Yes, they could do that. But putting all of the pieces together, all of the moving parts, working through and talking through things that really require dialogue with an actual human, those are really hard to replicate. And so for me, I'm just choosing to utilize the technology in ways that enhance what I'm doing. And I encourage you to do the same. There are just so many possibilities. And I found that it just keeps me moving. I don't get stuck nearly as much because if I'm looking for an answer to something or a quotation that would fit with this email that I wrote, there's just instant access to that. And I think so often myself, and I know from working with hundreds of women in a one-on-one basis, we get stuck. It's really easy to get stuck, especially when you're trying to create content, you're trying to keep things moving, you're trying to do a million things at once. If you can outsource some of those things, writing your email sequences in ChatGPT, for example, things that typically would take you, especially if you're working full-time also, or especially if you have a lot of kids at home, little ones, it would take you weeks to accomplish what you can accomplish for your own business in 30 minutes, maybe even less, utilizing AI. To me, it makes no sense as a business owner to not learn how to utilize that technology so that you will be able to keep up with your competitors. It's similar to Facebook ads. So when Facebook ads first came out, I don't even know what year it was. It must have been like 2015, 2014, 2015. The big time marketing coaches that you see now, those are the early adopters of Facebook ads. They capitalized on something that people were concerned with back then, right? And they are now the most well-known. They're at the top of the food chain when it comes to marketing because they were early adopters. And if you were not an early adopter or you still haven't learned Facebook ads, you are not able to keep up with that level of lead generation, that level of exposure. There's no way to do that organically over time. So taking the time to learn Facebook ads back in the day and or now would be extremely beneficial. So to me, I see this as an opportunity to catch up almost, or to keep up, catch up or keep up, no matter which way you look at it, and combine it with the skill set and the business that you already have to amplify it so that you don't get left behind. So that's my opinion on it. Again, I understand that there are fears around this. There are valid fears around this. But from my perspective, it's not going anywhere, and I don't want my business to go anywhere. So I'm going to learn it. So if that gives you any permission to feel that in maybe this one area, your business, you can cut yourself a break and keep up with the Joneses who are going to be learning this technology and using it to basically 10x every single thing that they're doing, and you don't want to be stuck left behind doing everything manually and organically and flailing, I'm giving you permission. So just some food for thought. I wanted to share my perspective. This continues to come up. It's something that I've been utilizing with my clients. They are absolutely loving it. It's making them feel like superhumans, and they're able to get so much more done in, say, a 3-month coaching cycle with me, because we can go over the plan. We can come up with what they're going to do with their website, what kind of launch materials they need, and then they can go and create all the things that I can tell them that they need in a fraction of the time. It's incredible. So just wanted to share that with you. Come out of the closet. I'm using AI. I know I've gotten many articles sent my way about the dangers. I know, I understand. I'm making this choice for my business, and I encourage you, as always, to make decisions for your life and your business that feel most aligned for you after giving it critical thought, after bouncing your ideas and your questions off of the few people who you've given permission in your life to really weigh in. Do not let the opinions of every single person weigh in on your life, but also seek wise counsel, right? I would love to hear from you. If you listen to the episode and you find it's interesting or thought-provoking and feel like it should be heard by someone else who is creating a personal brand or has a business online, I would love if you would share this and tag me. I will, of course, reshare. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So hit me up over on Instagram at Ashley R. Latimer, or send me an email, hello@elevatedwithashley.com. I'd love to hear your opinion. Okay, cheers to your impact, and I will talk to you next week. I am going to go download this episode and upload it to Temi, which is AI, which translates the audio into a transcript, and then I'm going to put that on to ChatGPT. Actually, no, I'm going to use Jasper for it's like the content improver. I'm going to have that clean it up. I'm going to put it on my blog. I'm going to add in the appropriate SEO. I'm going to publish it, and I'm going to have content that will serve me for years to come, that is searchable and repurposable and all the things. So just throwing it out there. There's some really cool things that you can do that will really help you to maximize the time you're spending in your business. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. My goal is to help as many women in business online as possible to build strong, powerful, aligned, and profitable personal brands. The best way to show you appreciate this content is to screenshot and share on your social media or share with your team. Actually, even better would be to also leave a review for the podcast on whichever platform you're listening on. If you are looking for any additional support, you can always reach me via email at hello@elevatedwithashley.com. You can DM me on Instagram at Ashley R. Latimer, or join us in the free Elevate Academy for brand building, maverick marketers, and mompreneurs Facebook community. Can't wait to chat with you next week.